Well, hello friends and family, and welcome to Jim's In Town Gardening and Bella's Legacy Rabbitry. Want to welcome you here. Let's see, today is Friday, October, I want to say the 14th, I'm not positive. I should know, I did the devotion this morning. Anyways, it is a very wet, rainy day here in Brownville Junction, Maine, and I'm spending time with the rabbits. So today I'm grooming some of the ones that I have for sale. Now this is one of Baby's babies. I've got 3 does from her and two boys that are left. They were born May 21st. They're sweet rabbits, very calm. They're going to be large just like her. Let's see, that would be Baby and Buster, both New Zealand whites. And I've had these advertised for a while, and I can't believe that nobody's called. I don't know if it's people hard with money right now, but let me see if I can get her. Easy, sweetie baby. A lot of noise on the roof right now. Leaves are falling. That wind is really blowing. Don't jump down, honey. Don't jump down. No, don't. Pretty girl. Alright, you want to go this way? You want to go this way? That girl. All kinds of stuff for you to get into. Usually when I groom them, I groom them. I'm not pausing and talking. But anyways, all 3 of these are just about the same. There's one that's a little bit bigger than this one. Good girl. So I just thought that I'd share some of the rabbits that I have for sale. I know I did a video probably a month ago. I showed you quite a few. There was some that are outside that I didn't show. I have got one more in here, actually 2 more in here that I'll show that I didn't in that last video. So if you give me just a minute, I'm going to grab one of her sisters and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So now I've got, this is the larger of the 3. You're going to like this too, huh? Yes. You know, I love when you can start working with them right from the time they're little, and I try to do a lot of hands-on right from the time that they're small, even before they're out of the nest box early. You know, I know a lot of rabbitries, they'll say, oh, don't touch them, you know, don't touch them until they come out. And you know what, with almost every one of my does, the day that they have their babies, I'm in there, I'm feeling around, making sure that, you know, everybody's alive. And then even if they have them during the morning, a lot of times at night, I'll paw through them, you know, just to make sure that everybody got something to eat. And every day, you know, looking at the colors as the fur starts coming through, you know, to see what I have. And I have not had a problem with any of my does not caring for the young after I do that. But I think a lot of that has to do with, there's a lot of hands-on with these girls and the boys all the time, you know, so they know me, they know I'm not going to hurt them. I have got some does that don't like me in there. But they know I'm not going to hurt them. It's comical with some. They'll, as soon as I close the door of their home, they jump right in the nest box and they'll feed. And Fawn, my red New Zealand, she's that way. If I go in there, she's right in the nest box feeding her babies, and that's why her babies grow so fast. She's constantly feeding them. And I could go back in the nest box, you know, she come out, I can go back in and paw around, and she'll go right back in and feed them again. So then I've got some others. I know they don't care for it, and they'll stay on guard. They'll lay right next to the nest box. You know by their ears, by their nose, that they're watching you. And then others like Sugar, Mandy, Mocha, they could care less. And actually, Baby's the same way. She knows I'm not going to hurt him. Anyways, you can see this is going to be a long girl. Again, they were born May. Really surprised that hasn't called on these. You know, if somebody was looking to start a rabbitry, or replacing some of the does that might be older, or, you know, down on litter count. And, you know, I've sold a lot of these New Zealands for pets. And a lot of that is because of the way that they're handled, and they're calm. This is the way I like them. I want to be able to work with them without getting all clawed up. I really ought to do your nails today, but I'm not going to. Not today. So, like I said, there's a third doe, and then there's two boys. The boys are calm, and just like this, they're going to be good-sized boys. I think I'm going to get the two Rex does that I have. They're both white. Those will be from Angel. And if you give me a minute, I'll bring those two out, and I'll let you know when they were born. They would have been right around the same time. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So, these were born 6/17. They were a month younger. She is a white Rex doe, the mom to these, Angel. And I had bred her to, she would be Eddie. Eddie is a black otter Rex. And I was really hoping for some color with them. And I got color. I got all white. Every one of her babies were white. And what I've got left is 2 girls and 3 boys. And they're all just like this. Solid. I mean, very, very solid. Now, they're not going to be as big as baby's litter, the New Zealands. But super sweet rabbits. Again, these would make good breeders. I know I've said this so many times. If you just felt the Rex fur, it is so soft. It is just so plush. You good girl. Yes, you are. You good girl. But they make also good pets. Good girl. But see, this is the type of rabbit that I like. You know, when I set them on my lap to brush them, to clip their nails, I want them to be able to work with. Good baby. You know, and especially when they're going as for pets, for young teens. I want them to be able to enjoy those bunnies. In fact, there were 2 girls that got sisters of the ones that I'll show you next. Those would be a cross. They were from Shiloh, who is a huge New Zealand Rex cross. She's solid white. She had the 2 that looked Rex. They were chocolate otters. And then there's going to be the 2 that I'm going to show you in just a minute. And then there's a gray boy down here, and I haven't shown him yet. I'll show him. He's a pretty boy. And then she had another chocolate otter who's beautiful. Looks just like a Rex. Fur is just like a Rex. And then there was I'm trying to think. She had a large litter. There were other ones in there, and I can't remember the colors now. They're gone. So give me just a minute. I will grab the sister to this one. I'll show you one of the boys. They're all sleeping down here. So give me just a minute. Okay, welcome back. There's a little bit of shed here. Okay, so here's the sister. And like I said, they are just as solid as can be. Aren't you? Huh? Again, calm. June 17th babies. Good baby. Whoa, good baby. Does that feel good? Yeah, and just as soft. Their fur is just amazing. Oftentimes I have Mandy up on the top. She's my lavender Rex, though, just so people can feel how soft they are. And then Mocha, she's right next door. She's my chocolate Rex. Just amazing how soft the fur is. Good baby. So let me put you down here. Yeah, you are shedding, honey. Yeah, you are shedding. Good girl. So again, if somebody was looking for Rex, you see bunnies down there? You see bunnies down here? They were looking for Rex for breeders or for pets. Be a good choice. You go, baby. Can I go get one of your brothers? No? Can I go get one of your brothers? They're all chilling. So give me just a minute, and I will grab one of the brothers to this. Okay, so here's one of the brothers. You sweet boy. Yes, you are. You sweet boy. Yes. You know, it's just nice to be able to work with them like this. You know, and a lot of that has to do with spending time with them. Letting them get to know that they're not going to be hurt. You know, and I think a lot plays into it with the mothers too. You know, if the mothers trust you from the beginning, then usually they're pretty good. But you know, I've seen some cases where the babies are nervous. In fact, one of the ones that I'm going to show you, oh, he's a beautiful boy. He was on the shy side for the longest time, and now every time I come out here, he's running around. He's at the front of the door, wants to be pet. He's really turned into a sweetie. Yes. So again, if somebody's looking for straight Rexes, you know, these would be something to think about. Good boy. You want to go back with your brothers? So, these that I just showed, these would have been June, what did I say, 17th, I think. Good boy. Good boy. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So, now I've got one of the crosses. Like I said, Shiloh looks just like a New Zealand white. But I know she isn't pure New Zealand, because I raised her here. Anyways, I had bred her to Eddie, who is my chocolate Rex, and he is pure Rex. And this was one of the babies. This is the only one that ended up gray. Pretty guy. He's a pretty guy. I don't believe he's going to be quite as long as his mom. He is long. But, you know, I mean, for those that weren't all about having purebreds, you could add him to your mix. You know, he has got some Rex traits. Whoop, easy, sweetie. You know, back there. His fur is soft, but it's not Rex fur. It reminds me a lot of Sugar's fur. Sugar has very, very soft fur for New Zealand. And then you take Sugar's daughter, my red New Zealand, she took after her dad's coat, which was pretty coarse. Yeah, I'm talking about you. It's amazing that a lot of my rabbits know their names. So like I said, he was the only one that ended up with the gray. Easy, sweetie. Most of them ended... Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Most of them ended up being the chocolates. Quite a few ended up having... they look just like Rexes. I would not sell them as pure Rexes. My Rexes I get more money for. But they look like a Rex. Good boy. Yes, you are. Good baby. Yeah. You want to look at the camera? You want to look at the camera? Yeah. Pretty boy. Put your ears up. Oh, easy. Put your ears up. So now I'm going to grab two of the sisters. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to trim his nails, and then I'll grab two of the sisters, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's one of the sisters. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. I'll put her down in my lap so you can see. Easy on. Easy on. I gotta do your nails too. Yeah, I gotta do your nails too. Yeah. And her other sister is just like this. Marked both alike. You know, that chocolate, you can see the silverish there. And I don't know if you can see right in here with the white highlights. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. And then there were the two girls, they were the chocolate otters. Felt looked just like a Rex, two of them. And then there's a brother who, again, looks just like those other two girls. I'm not sure if you can see the highlights now. See them in there. Pretty girls. So again, you know, if you were looking to expand your rabbitry and you didn't mind having a cross, or for a pet, you know, these would make good pets. Good baby. Yes. So I'll get her sister. Her sister is a little bit bigger than her. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Good baby. Yes, you are. So I'll be right with you. Okay, so here's the sister. Good girl. Good girl. Pretty babies. Yes, you're solid too. You are. Just as solid. Yeah. There was a family that bought some rabbits from me. Oh, it was last year. Probably about a year ago. And they commented on my pink brush. I guess the kids love that pink brush that I use. I've had this brush for a long time. It's soft, and that's what I like about it. It's soft. You know, I can get quite a bit of hair off. Easy, honey. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Good girl. You know, it's soft on the skin. especially the Rexes. I do have a card, and I need to replace it. When they're shedding heavy, quite often I'll use that, just putting a little bit of pressure on it will help loosen up some of that fur. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go backwards with it like this, and they like that, especially when they're shedding. In fact, I had Baby out yesterday. Baby's still shedding. No, I like this, and especially when I'm doing the Rexes. The skin seems to be a little bit tenderer. So, there's some size to her. Like I said, she's solid. You see some of the Rex traits. Good girl. Yeah. So, if you give me just a few minutes, I am going to grab, I ought to get her brother, but I'm not this time. I'm going to get one of my pure Rexes. He's a Lavender Boy, sweet boy. He was the one I was saying that he was a nervous wreck. I had sexed these two. I had him with a doe. They weren't quite at that age that I had to worry, but even still, I had sold the doe, and come to find out, I happened to be grooming him, and I had him flipped over, and I was doing his nails, and I was like, oh my, you're a boy. Well, after I took the girl, when I sold the girl, he clung to the back of the cage. And anytime I go near the cage, he'd be right in the back. Well, now he's looking forward to being pet. And like I said, it just takes patience. It takes handling them. Just letting them know that you're not going to hurt them, that it's fine. So, I'll be right with you. Yeah, Mocha's baby. Okay, so here's that Lavender boy I was talking about. You're a good boy. You are. Now, he was born in April. I want to say the 17th. Hold on. Mocha. Yeah, April 17th. Pretty boy. Oh, easy, honey, easy. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you. You see on all these girls. Yeah. Pretty boy. Marked nice. Yeah. Oh, easy. And when the light, easy, sweetie, easy. I'm not gonna hurt you. Whoa. When the light shines just right, you can see that lavender in his coat. You want the brush? Is that what you're waiting for? You want the brush? Yeah. I have found, even with some of the girls, there's times the girls, and actually some of the boys, when they're shedding, they're moody. They don't feel good. Buster is one who, very, very little activity when he's going through a shed. And I don't think they feel good. But when I do this brushing with them, it just seems to settle them down. A lot of times the ears will go up, and you just feel their body just kind of relaxes a little bit. So, that might be a little tidbit for somebody. And especially when they're shedding. If you go backwards like this, a lot of times you'll see them kind of, how when you have somebody hit your back? Yeah, you're a pretty boy, you are. So he is a pure Rex. Yeah, let me sit you down. Solid. Now Mocha is a chocolate Rex, chocolate Otter Rex. She is one of my favorite does. Always has. I've had different ones that have said, I want to buy her, I want to buy her, and I will not sell her. Same as Mandy, I won't sell her. There's quite a few does I would never sell. You know, and for different ones that raise rabbits, you know, or even cattle. You know, there's some that they're your favorites. You know, you've got that foundation, you don't want to lose it. Actually, I've been offered quite a bit of money from Hoka, and I will not sell her. She gives me beautiful, beautiful babies. Normally, she throws all chocolates. This was an exception, and she did that her last litter. In fact, I think there were 2 gray ones in that litter. The first litter was all chocolates. There were straight chocolates. There were chocolate Otters. The last 2 litters, she's given me some gray too. So, all right. So if you give me a minute, I am going to grab the brother to the other ones that I showed you. The one that ended up taking the Rex. So I'll be right with you. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Okay, welcome back. So, whoa, I don't know what that was, honey. All kinds of noises outside. This is the brother to the 2 sisters that I had showed you, and also the brother to the gray one. He's the one that took the Rex fur. He's a pretty good boy too, aren't you? Beautiful boy. Beautiful boy, and nice fur. Nice fur. Yeah. It's amazing. A lot of times, especially when I'm outside, behind me you can probably see a little bit the entry of the bunny barn. It will be my tool shed eventually. But I've got like a little deck in front of it. And oftentimes I'm out there, I'm grooming the animals, and you'll get the loud vehicles go by, and they got to race their motors, and it scares the daylights out of these guys. You know, they're used to quiet. I don't know what the noise was out there. It was behind me. So. Anyways, he took the Rex. He looks a lot like his dad. Dad's a little bit darker than he is, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful coat. And I think he's going to be a good size boy. Now, let's see, Shiloh. Shiloh. 5/24 was when these guys were born. Now, for those that might not remember, or maybe you're new to the channel, a year ago this past August, we had Shiloh's first litter. Something happened with Shiloh. She hurt something in her back end, and she was having a hard time getting around. Yeah, I'm talking about you. And from about 2 weeks on, we ended up bottle feeding those babies. In fact, for about 3 days, I had to feed her. Don't know what happened. She was a girl that would drink almost a whole 32-ounce bottle when she was nursing her babies. And I come out that morning, and she hadn't drank a thing, so I knew right off there was something. Those are just some of the things that I notice when I come in the barn. You know, the drinking, and one of the first things that I'll do is I'll look in their pans. You know, are there rabbit droppings? Are there marbles on the tray? There was some with her, but not what there should have been. So anyways, brought the babies in, and we bottle fed them until they were 8 weeks old. So, it's 8 weeks, yeah, 8 weeks old. Ended up being about 4.5 weeks that we bottle fed them. And that was something else. I still have one of her babies from them, so that one will be a little over a year old. Some of you might remember the black one who has the Rex fur. There's been quite a few people that have been interested in him, but never came to look. Good boy. So again, this is another boy that we have available. I've got one more that I'm going to show you. Now this is one that we had bought back a while ago. Bought it from where a lot of my original Rexes came from. And we got him, it was more to protect him. The family that had these rabbits had problems with dogs. They lost a lot of rabbits due to these neighbors' dogs that come over and attack. There was a beautiful, beautiful black otter that I wanted in the worst way, latte. And we had talked to her, and I said, really, if you ever decide to sell that one, I really want that, because I want that like this, but she was huge. Anyways, I think it was 2 or 3 days later the dogs had gotten that rabbit too, so such a shame. But anyways, with this one boy, we bought him for that. He was breedable age at that time. I couldn't use him on any of my girls here because they were all related. So anyways, I had used him a couple times on some of my New Zealands. He's a good boy, good sized boy, fairly gentle. He wasn't when we first got him. He was a nervous wreck, but I've got him calmed down, easy to work with now. So if you give me a few minutes, I'll get him. Yeah, what do you think? Good boy. Good boy. Okay, welcome back. So I've got Smokey. Now, Smokey was born July of 2019. He is going through, he's at the end of a very, very heavy shed. My boys, all my boys went through a very, very heavy shed this year. I had never had rabbits that shed the way they did this year. You're a good boy. Let me see if I can get him down so you can see him. Good boy. Pretty markings. Now he is from Mandy, who I have, and the buck that she used almost all was Thumper. And I had so much Thumper line in this barn. You can see the brown behind his ear. On his chest area, he's got some of that tannish color. You still got a lot of... You shedding, baby boy. Still. Yeah. Give me just a minute and I'll lift him up so you can see the underside. Pretty markings. I think that's what I like a lot about the Rexes. I mean, their fur, but the markings too. You know, oftentimes the ears are a different color inside. Like there's a little bit of tannish color around the edges. Let's see how he's going to be here. Can you lift your head up a little bit? Oh, easy. Yeah, we're not used to doing this. All right, hold on. Yeah, good boy. I know you're not used to this. Hold on. I know I've got to trim his nails too. So you can see some of the tan around his nose, on his chest area, bottoms of his feet. He's got the white with the red. Easy, honey, easy. Tan down through here. Just a pretty boy. Okay, attaboy. Yeah, you're not used to that, are you? No, not like that. Okay, good boy. So anyways, I hate to part with this guy, just because he's easy to work with. His offspring have been good, you know, breeding with the New Zealands. I have not got, well, let's see, now, I don't have anything I can breed, no girls that I could breed him to. You know, and that's why I'm going to have to part with him. And hopefully he'll go to somebody who, you know, has Rexes that, you know, they want to introduce some color, you know, new genetics. Good baby. Different bloodline. Thumper. In fact, I had bred Mandy back after we bought her. We bought her, she was bred, she had 7 babies the first time. They were all lavenders, straight lavenders. And I brought her back to her, and she just wouldn't live for the boy. He is huge. He's a huge boy. He was solid lavender. More gray than he was lavender, but huge boy. And anyway, she wouldn't live. We had her there for quite a while and didn't get babies. And I think that's when, at the time, I didn't have any boys that were old enough, any of the Rex boys that were old enough. So I had used Buster, my New Zealand White, with her. And we had some sweet babies. And they all went as pets, and they were beautiful. Everybody loved them. But I wanted to keep my Rexes, and I wanted to keep my New Zealands. Now, like I said, I've got Shiloh, who is already across. She's just a big girl. She's an excellent mom. You know, I was a little nervous about what she was going to do with this last litter. She did a perfect job. Good sized litter. They grew well, as you saw. So, anyways, I'm not going to make this video any longer than it already is. I'm showing 38 minutes. So, that's what I've got available in the barn here. I do have some others. I've got Mandy's litter, just boys that are left of that litter. There's a beautiful, beautiful black otter. He's a little on the smaller side. He was the run of the litter, but he's beautiful. I have got a solid brown, chocolate, and I've got a solid gray. Beautiful boys. And again, I'm surprised that nobody's called on them. I also have a beautiful, huge New Zealand White from Fawn. That one has been advertised for a long time, and nobody's come to look at her. Let's see, Fawn. That would have been April 18th. Yeah, so if anybody's interested in any of them, one of the last videos that I did, Rabbits for Sale, was probably a month ago. It might have even been a little longer. You can go back and check that one out. So anyways, friends, I want to thank you for taking a little bit of time. And, you know, fall is here. A lot of my outside stuff is pretty much finished up now, or getting finished up. So I can start spending more time with the rabbit videos. And I know a lot of you enjoy that. So, like I said, if anybody is interested in any of the rabbits that I showed you, give me a call. I can let you know a little bit more about them. You know, like I said, this boy here, I really hope he goes to somebody who appreciates the Rexes, who will take good care of them, because, you know, he's had a happy life here. And that's what we hope for all of them. You know, it's, you hear the horror stories. You know, my main thing is, for ones that are buying for pets, I want them to have a good pet that, you know, will live a good life, have a long life, bring a lot of joy, because they do. You know, like I said, today was a day that it's raining out. I've got my tonight's sermon all ready to deliver. I even considered driving down. My boy and I have finally communicated. We text almost every day. Leanne and I had to go to Bangor. He invited us over to visit. It was a good visit. It was short, but it was a good visit. And yesterday, he wanted to know what I was doing. He was going to come and help. Well, I just wanted to spend some time with him. And it was a good visit. So, you know, for those moms, those dads, you haven't seen your kids for a long while. There's a brother in the Lord that I've had this conversation with, and he had asked if I would pray for him and his son to get back together. Don't give up. Don't give up. I've got a daughter I haven't seen for a very long time. Keeping her in prayer, and I hope that, you know, we can get together and just move on. Friends, I love you all. Have a blessed day.